week, yeah. I did.
Time for one more warm-up
Yes,
song?
please. I gotta
Ken
fix.
and I prepare.
I
Oh,
already
great.
broke my menorah here. So
Oh, here we go.
it's gotta be fixed.
Can you snap your hands? What do they call this? Snap your fingers? Ya ba 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 bum bye bum 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bum bye bum 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 bye. Ya bum bum bye 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bum 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 bye bum 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bum 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 bye bum 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 bye. Ya ba ba bye 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 bye. Shabbos, 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 Shabbos. Jeden soll sein Shabbos. Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos auf die ganze Welt. Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos. That's Bruce's inner chassid right there. There it goes. Everyone. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Yantif, 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 yantif. Jeden soll sein Yantif. Yantif soll sein, Yantif soll sein. Yantif auf die ganze Welt. Yantif soll sein, Yantif soll sein. Yantif auf die ganze Welt. Here we go, Bruce, come in the middle. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Shalom. We all want peace, right? The Yid and the Jew should have peace, right? Oh, well, we're added peace for the whole world. Here we go. Shalom, 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 shalom. Jeden soll sein Shalom. Shalom soll sein, Shalom soll sein. Shalom auf die ganze Welt. Shalom soll sein, Shalom soll sein. Shalom auf die ganze. Here we go. Last time. Ya ba 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 bum 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bum bum bye bum 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 bye. Yam ba ba bye ba ba bye.
Very nice.
I think you did that for my father-in-law. It's like they picked it out for you, right?
No, well, okay, if you want to. Yes.
He says you're his favorite.
Ken and I used to do it a lot of times, though, in the summertime, when we were under the tent.
Can't play favorites among the
No.
children. All right, let's take a nice deep breath. We'll breathe
Yeah,
in
maybe I'll
everything.
speak from up here today, if you like, since
Okay,
we
speak
still
over
set up from
You
last
can come
night.
over here if you want.
Whatever, I'm easy. As long as there's a mic.
Well, think about all the beautiful nights of Hanukkah. On Hanukkah, we can really picture all of those different nights. Think about going back to the third night of Hanukkah, the fourth, the fifth, all the way to the eighth night. Where were you? Tell us, while we're thinking about our week, where were you at different nights of Hanukkah? Where did Erev did it at home. That's where the rabbis tell you to do it, so you followed instructions. Anyone have any nice Hanukkah events that they did? Yeah. Friday night. Yeah, we had a Trollica.
Oh, my God, it was,
Yeah, Gail?
Ken, you should have been here. You should have been here for it. I'll have to show you a pic. Oh, I don't have my phone with me tonight. It's crazy. I forgot my phone. Oh, well.
Dr. Burstein, yeah?
You call me Gail. Kira and I hosted our family's annual Hanukkah party, and we had a Katz's pastrami FedExed in for the.
Oh my God, Katz's pastrami was FedExed into the party.
How bad?
Katz's Deli. Katz from New York.
Very nice.
That's in style. Any other special Hanukkah moments that we want to recognize? How about the weather today, right? All right, let's breathe in all the special moments that we want to hold on to, the twinkling of the candles that we won't have until next year. And we'll breathe out everything we want to just get rid of. Feels good, right? Feels good to come into Shabbat. All right, Bruce is going to officially welcome you home.
I'll use this one.
Come here.
Oh, okay, I'll use yours. Whereas if I get up here, I don't leave.
I'll sit down here.
There you go, you stay. I'll just do the service. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
And welcome home. Welcome to a rarity around here. Just a typical Friday night service. We have the cantor, and we have the rabbi, and we have Ken, and we are not doing a holiday, and we're not doing a spiel, and we're not doing, it's just a regular old Friday night service, and that's nice. That's a nice treat for us. It's you know, when we were doing this thing, it took me back to my fiddler days. Tradition, and we have our traditions, and they're all wonderful, and we enjoy them, and we enjoy sharing them with each other. So traditions are good. We enjoy it very much. So we have a nice crowd tonight. Enjoy the service. Enjoy a typical Friday night service for a change. And we have a lot of stuff still coming up as we hit toward the end of the year, so I'll be back a little bit later with the announcements. And Shabbat Shalom. And happy, now that Hanukkah's over, we'll think about something next. Purim. Well, we're thinking about Purim.
Well, let's come together and we will sing on page 142. Let's welcome the angels of Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharim, Malachei Elyon, Milele, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ochem Shalom, Malachei Asharim, Malachei
can feel those angels starting to enter into our room, giving us our massages, telling us we can relax already. We are going to light our candles, page 120, and we did have a special birthday in our congregation. Al Gellin, you want to come up, and Robin, you want to join to light our candles? When we welcome people that just had birthdays, we have to tell them, please do not blow out the candles. It's, you just want to, right? I think we got matches, hopefully. Did you have a birthday cake? No. No birthday. Okay, so this will be sort of like, the light in the candles. They're like an old married couple here. You should hear them.
Just like one, I have those at home, and they were a problem.
Try the
Same
other
company.
side. Sometimes it's like it just. Let's see.
And they break.
They break, yeah.
I was having trouble.
What do they do with these matches? Everything. It's this.
They just
This
don't-
world we live in today.
They just won't make them like they used to. Yay.
A lot of pressure.
It was a home run. Well,
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
May these Shabbat candles light our way past Hanukkah into a new era of light. And Al, would you like to hold up our Kiddush cup there? On page 123, Cantor will lead us in Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava uvratzon, ichilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah, l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodshecha, b'yava uvratzon, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, to life, happiness and joy, and it is your choice whether to drink. Any good? Oh, it's Manischewitz.
It's Manischewitz?
We had white wine for a while. Maybe we ran out.
Did
We're gonna
I
have to-
hear Manischewitz? Oh, my.
Happy birthday and Yom Haledet Sameach to many, many more happy and healthy and many adventures in the coming year. I can hear Shabbat right around the corner. Sheila, do you see Shabbat out there? Is it waiting for us? Okay, so we're ready to welcome in Shabbat with Lachad Odi on page 139. We're going to sing the final two verses, 8 and 9. And on the 9th verse, we rise. We're going to face the back of our sanctuary, welcome Shabbat as she comes in by bowing, and then welcome one another by waving. We are community. Look at that. Look around at our beautiful minyan here, our holy quorum here. We're going to remain standing on 146, those of you who are able, for our Baruch, our call of community. Page 149, let's sing out to the evening as it approaches. At the top, we'll read together in English. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day and night into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari Aravim. We turn to page 150, Ahavat Olam, a great love we feel, an abounding love for one another and for God.
So I chose a lot of sentimental settings to a lot of our regular prayers. I hope you're enjoying some of these melodies that have just kind of settled in our kishkas by now, right? Very much so.
It's like, like comfort food.
That's what it is. It's Comfort Shabbat.
Yeah.
We have a new one, Bruce. Comfort Shabbat.
Page 152. I have to have some food that goes along with that. 152, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto
You may be seated. We continue with the V'ahavta, page 154.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anoki v'tzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We turn to page 159. Let us sing that song of freedom. We'll read together in the English. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. May that song enter into our hearts as we sing the Mi Chamocha, page 158. We know it's a comfort Shabbat when we do this next melody on 162, because this is like, I learned this from you, Cantor, and now I see it everywhere, the Yuletide. I never knew about Yuletide, this idea of that they used to put the campfire
Oh, yeah, on the television. Remember
Yeah,
that? When
I
they had
learned-
the
I
Yule
learned
log.
that.
It was Yule log.
Yule log. I learned that from you, and now wherever I go, I see they do it. We were at a restaurant the other day, and they had the fire going. That was electronic.
Oh, they have it now. Yeah, it would be Christmas Eve, and you'd want to watch something on TV, and there would be the Yule log just
Yule log,
blazing away. Everybody remembers that,
As soon as you
right?
tell, it's like once you hear something, then it's just you see it everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's
Before
right.
she
Now
told me, I
you
said,
find
I
out.
have no idea. I've never heard of that before. We did a version during the pandemic. We did our own version. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
So let's. That is the logs burning, watching the fire. Page 162. Yismechu. That's got to be in the music.
Everybody's going to sing along.
Yeah, we
Here
need
go.
you, Linda. If you're able, page 164 through 180, we take our own time for our own private prayers, either in the Hebrew or the English, or just the prayers of your heart, and whenever you're ready, you may be seated. Reb Nachman once said, "Every word of one's prayer should be like a rose that is picked from a bush. One gathers rose upon rose until a bouquet is formed and can be offered to God as a beautiful blessing." We turn to our healing prayer, page 371. We've shortened our list a little bit this week, and thankfully that's because we have a lot of people that returned, particularly last Shabbat. We're so grateful for so many of you that returned. Hillary, we're so happy to have you back. But we had a number of people that had been out for a while. It's so nice to see them back. Our sanctuary community was not the same without them. I'm going to read our 371. Yeah. I'm going to read our list of names, and afterwards, if you raise your hand, we'll go around. If we can call out other names as well, or just hold them in your heart. As a community, we are sending out prayers to Alan and Karen Cooper, Gloria Fine, Sue Frank, Jessica Gozdovich, Carolyn and Ernie Grosser, Charlotte Krebs, Barbara Krigston, Miles Levy, Fanny Markel, Aaron Nevler, Cheryl Rossi, Brandon Ryan, Ed Smith, Norma Unher, Mike Wheeler, Frederick Winter, Hannah Ezra Ben Shul. We'll go around if you have others.
Roberta Friedman, Marshall Friedman, and as well to all the Israeli soldiers that have been injured.
Ernie Berkowitz. Aaron Schneider. Emily Langley. Doris Woods. Patrick Fitzgerald.
We'll bring all of those names into our hearts, and we'll pray together for their continued healing. Again, page 371.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu, bekor habracha, lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
A complete healing of body and soul. May all the prayers that we offer go to those that are in need, and may they be comforted and find that resilience they need to overcome the struggles they are enduring. So I'm going to Shabbat Shalom. It's nice just to say Shabbat. Nothing else? We'll try that again. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to offer a reading to begin with, and I'm going to explain why this is important. And this is a reading by Rabbi Amber Powers, and my wife, Ashira, she sent this to me this week. It was written this week, I believe. It's called A Hanukkah Ritual to Mark the Incompleteness of Our Joy, and it's on a website called ritualwell.org. For those of you not familiar, if you're ever looking for any type of ritual that in the Jewish world, all you need to do is type in ritualwell.org and you can find things. It actually, the site actually started originally in a file cabinet of the rabbinical school. In the rabbinical school, every year the students would create new rituals, brand new rituals that had never been done, and they would file them in this cabinet, and any student or future rabbi that wanted an idea for a ritual about a wedding, a baby naming, they would go into the files. And as we went into a computer-based world, it took on a whole new way of doing things through the web. So this was written by Rabbi Amber Powers, who I was in school with, and still lives in Philadelphia and works with the Reconstructionist College. Again, a Hanukkah ritual to mark the incompleteness of our joy. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? Those are the popular verses of Mi Yimalel. This Hanukkah song has been stuck in my head for the last few weeks. Throughout my life, I have understood Mi Yimalel is about the distant past, about Jewish history. This year, it is also about the present. There are approximately 140 hostages still in captivity. I want to draw your attention to Itai over here. You might remember 2 weeks ago, his friends, good childhood friends, Yael and Amir, came and they spoke about his mother, Osnat, and this young man who is still held captive. I know today we had a terrible tragedy. 3 of the hostages were killed by friendly fire from the Israeli forces. I had to double check it wasn't Itai, and that's to show our connection now to him. How do we celebrate a time of miracles and light when they are literally underground without access to light? How do we hold it all? Well, we must affirm life and find ways to go on. We cannot proceed as if October 7th did not happen. Our joy is incomplete. At the Passover table, we remove drops of wine from our cup for each plague. We intentionally diminish our joy in order to remember and acknowledge. This Hanukkah, on the 8th night, I will leave the final candle unlit as the expression of incompleteness of our joy. I invite you to join me in this modification to the Hanukkah candle lighting ritual if you want to remember and acknowledge the complications and the incompleteness of joy this Hanukkah. So I wanted to read that to you because it's part of a debate, a friendly debate that we were having in our household about ritual. And Ashira was acknowledging my side of the debate, which was very, very wonderful of her. She saw this and she said, that's what you've been saying. We have had a debate which has sort of been going on in the larger Jewish world, particularly among rabbis and their families. We love rituals, cantors as well, but we love rituals, and we love to modify them sometimes when it comes, or to preserve them in a way. So the question this year is, what do we do to mark this year Hanukkah? Over just a little more than 2 months ago, our hearts were broken. We are still in the middle of a struggle. How do we acknowledge in this time of great joy when we're lighting candles, lighting up our households, lighting up our communities, that it is not the same? That people in Israel, a lot of them aren't lighting candles in the same way. They're not gathering in the same way. How do we bring, like Amber says, a little of the sadness, like at the Passover table where we take a drop out of our wines and just diminish our happiness just a little bit. So her suggestion, which is not quite what I suggested to Ashira, but it's one way where you just the last night you take one candle out. My suggestion, this is our debate, and I want to hear if you have any other suggestions also. My feeling was, let's leave kind of middle candles off, because that'll show the difference. Her idea, which has really been embraced by a larger section of the Jewish world, is add more candles. She bought a new menorah this year at our Hanukkah sale, and that menorah will serve as it. There's been other rituals, but I'm curious. if you're thinking about the Hanukkah candles, it doesn't always need to go in the same way. We know that during the Talmudic times there was a debate between Shammai and Hillel. Shammai started with 8 and went to 1. Hillel started with 1 and went to 8. Both are okay. It's like my youngest son was asking, why did they drive on the wrong side of the road in England? And I told him, well, I started to go back to the beginning of cars, and I said, okay, I said, there's no one way, you just have to pick one way as a society. It could go anyways, we could go this way, that way. It's like language. Hebrew goes one direction, English goes another direction. Japanese, Chinese, they go in a different direction. There is no one way. We chose one way at one time, and we had agreement over it. So what are your suggestions? What would you do with the ritual? Harvey, yes, I want to hear.
I just don't like the idea of leaving off the 8th candle, because it would look like the people made a mistake and thought it was the 7th night instead of the 8th night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt like for Amber's suggestion. Harvey said if you leave off the 8th candle, it just looks like a mistake. It doesn't look like your purposeful thing. What other ideas? If you took this basic menorah, what could you do? Yeah, Sheila. Blue. So that is also another thing. People have chose blue and white, blue, and that's become a popular ritual. To think about not just lighting the same exact way, let's just change the candles. It's not as controversial. A lot of us choose multiple, in the Hanukkah candle box, it's a little like a Crayola crayon box. It has lots of different colors of candles, so let's just, instead of doing it that way, let's go and buy a blue and white box or a blue box. Any other ideas? Yeah, Rich.
I didn't realize it, but I started my own new ritual.
Oh, let's hear.
A menorah where it had fancy bulbs that were white and blue, and one of them burned out. And so I had to replace it with a plain white bulb. And so now I have this menorah with one white bulb.
So Rich has an electric menorah like this that was originally blue and white bulbs, and one of them blew out, and you can't just get those bulbs. So lo and behold, he has created something new. That reminds me of the joke in the synagogue where they're coming down the aisle, and people always duck in the middle. And a newcomer to the synagogue says, why are you always ducking? And no one knows, but they go to the oldest member of the congregation and say, well, there was a chandelier in our old synagogue, and it was like that. Yeah. So that kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, Harvey.
What Sheila was saying about all blue, when I grew up, all the Hanukkah candles were chaos, and they were all orange.
Orange, and actually that's the other color that I've seen, either for the shamash or for some of the candles, so choosing the candles differently. Any other ways that we could? Could we do it any other way? We got some mathematicians here. I know you guys can figure it out. I was thinking of a new one tonight. This is technically not Hanukkah, right? We have 9 candles because we have the shamash. Maybe it's lighting an extra light, an extra night. That's sort of what we're doing today. As we think about rituals, I think it's important to any ritual, whether it's a personal ritual, a communal ritual, a local ritual, a national ritual, or a global ritual. Do not allow them just to get fixed. Sometimes we say, we have to do things this one way. And that one way might have been great a long time ago. And it might have spoken so beautifully to whatever moment people were in. But it might not speak to the moment that we're in now. I heard an Israeli talking about Hanukkah, but they were originally American. And they said, you know what? They miss in America the cold that comes with Hanukkah. Because in Israel, it's still, especially if you're in Tel Aviv, still relatively warm. So our holidays don't hit the same everywhere. And some years, it is different. It's okay to experiment. I trained a group of 13-year-olds in our religious school a couple of weeks ago, and I told them there would be nothing that would make me happier than, years from now you come back and you say, Rabbi, we created this ritual. We had this event in our family and we did it ourselves. That's what it means to kind of be an active member of the community, feeling that you can make your own way. Ordering, what was it, pastrami? Pastrami from Katz Deli, Katz's pastrami. That is your family's ritual, and you made that special. Now, you don't have to do that every year. Well, we'll see if the kids want to do it. That's how you know. Yeah.
Where will you find a box of candles with 53 candles?
Well, I think there is an easy solution to that. You buy another box. It's not so bad in our household because we have remaining boxes. Every year, we always have like 2 or 3 extra boxes.
Joanne has had her hand up.
Oh, Joanne, sorry, I didn't see you over there. Thank you. So just like the shamash. I was thinking about that also. Yeah, the shamash is something we can play around. We had another suggestion in the back. All right, wonderful. Well, I think we got started in thinking about this. May Itai, may all the hostages go home. May our sadness be lifted from our community and from the world. And may we find hope and happiness in the darkness. Despite the darkness, in spite of the darkness, find light in one another and in this beautiful world we've been blessed to reside in. We say Amen. Okay, so we are going back into our service, page 586. I invite you to rise if you're able for Aleinu. It's not enough for us just to pray. Let's go out and do good things in this world.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא ולא שמענו כמשלחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם וגור עלינו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי אלוהים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We turn to our mourner's Kaddish. I want to first recognize the recent death. We buried today Sydney Ehrenreich, and I want to recognize Gail and Art over here. Gail, her brother was born with a difficult health situation, and she and her whole family pledged to take care of him his whole life. He had a beautiful, long life. He was born on D-Day, and he died this week, I think on the 6th night of Hanukkah. May his memory be for a blessing of Sid, and we're grateful to offer you some comfort here tonight. We also lost Dave Bush this week. Dave was a former president of Temple Sinai, of one of the original synagogues that created Shir Shalom. And he was active throughout his life in lots of different organizations. His son, their only son, Paul, is a cantor out in Los Angeles area. And he came in, and the rabbi from his community, they've been, believe it or not, they've been serving together for 20 years. It's amazing. Yeah. And the rabbi came all the way out here to be there for the service. He was really nice, very, very nice guy. And we are also remembering Gordon MacLeod. A lot of you know Yolanda Ammerman and the family. There will be memorial service, I think, in the upcoming week. We are remembering from the past month Evelyn Cohen, Baby Karras, Judith Kaufman, Toby Matthews, Joseph Eric Michael, Barbara Schulafand, Harvey Morris Weiner, and Sidney Weiss. Sidney Weiss, who died pretty much just a week ago, but his family's out in Arizona. They will be having a memorial here, but probably towards May, and more details will follow. On our yard site list from years past, we remember Bertha S. Alderman, Arthur Bloom, Sherwood Brown, Rose Bukowski, Burton Cohen, Nathan Cohen, Gilbert Corris, Ronald Feugelman, Anita Foster, Dolores Frawley, Rosalind Gaben, Eva H. Gale, Daniel Gelman, Benarta Glickman, Paul Gold, Max Gross, Ida Haas, Jacob Hare, David H. Hirsch, Mary Kempner, Sylvia L. Knopp, Berna Corin, Joseph Kazauer, Sophie Lattis, Fred Kabdai, Fred Landau, Lillian Levy, Robert M. Lewis, Rupert Lewis, Paula Helene Nissengard, Matilda Nosnitsky, Jerry Olbert, Dr. Lewis Pierce, Rosalind Posterman, Miriam Rakin Kolb, Ruth Sachs, Adolpha Shire, Ruth Sadie, Elliot Shapiro, Donald M. Silverberg, Ann Slonim, Dr. S. Muchley Small, Anna Steinberg, Abraham Saul Weinstein, Isidore Weiss, Ruth G. Wilkund, Dina Yud, and Isaac Zisman. If you have other names that you'd like to say.
Seth Noble.
To all the soldiers that passed away in Israel.
Yeah. And I particularly want to say the 3 hostages that tragically died today as well. For those of you who observe the custom, who would like to rise, whose custom it is to rise, please rise, page 598, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal, v'yikadash, shemei rabbah, v'yalmad, yivrach, hirutei, v'yamlik, malchutei, v'chayachon, v'yamachon, v'chayei, d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav, v'yizman kariv, v'yamru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach li'olam olmei maya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damiran v'yalma v'yimaru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimaru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imramach, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kol Yishvei tevel v'yimaru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, and we say, amen. You may be seated, zikronam livracha, may their memory be for a blessing. Just want to mention before Bruce gives the announcements, that there is Shiva for Sydney over at Bob Ackerholt's house. Bob, what's the address? 91 Heritage. That'll be tomorrow night, Saturday night, 6:30 to 8:30 with a 7 o'clock service. Heritage East, yes, thank you, Heritage East.
Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. Welcome to Comfort Shabbat. I like that. I like that. If I'd known we were doing Comfort Shabbat, I'd have brought a bowl of goulash. We could have had that at the Onig, the ultimate comfort food. That and beef stew. Those are probably the two. Anyway, I like this. We should do this more often. I was thinking about that when she mentioned it earlier. There has been a lot of comforting in this room in these last 2 months since October 7th, and we've needed it. And it's been very comforting to come here and be with each other and think about how much being here just means to us. So thank you, and thank you for all the comfort that you bring us on a regular basis, and we'll just have to start doing a comfort Shabbat every once in a while. Thank you to Sheila Bernard Tucker for serving as our greeter this evening, and of course thank you to Rabbi Alex Cantor Frank and Ken Kaufman for Comfort Shabbat. Tomorrow morning we will be doing Torah study at 9 a.m. That is virtual via Temple Beth Tzedek's Zoom, and it is also in person at Temple Beth Tzedek. That's at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the Shabbat morning service will be at 10:45 tomorrow morning at Temple Beth Tzedek. All this month, our Tikkun Olam team is collecting for Friends of the Night people. They need men's clothing, specifically gloves, boots, long underwear, socks, sweatshirts, pants, sleeping bags. If you have an extra sleeping bag sitting in your house from when you used to go camping. Harvey used to go camping all the time when he was young. But can you see him doing it now? I don't think so. Anyway, if you have an extra sleeping bag floating around, things like that, a Tim Hortons $5 gift card, hand warmers, foot warmers, things like that, and travel-sized toiletries. I had to go to the dentist this week, and they always give you that little tube of toothpaste. I said, can you give me more? And they gave me a bag full of them, and I dropped them off tonight. So if you're going to see the dentist, ask them to give you those little tubes of toothpaste. It is all greatly appreciated. We will be collecting throughout the month, and I'm sure that if you bring stuff in January, we'll get it to them as well. It's never easy to be homeless, but can you imagine on the streets of Buffalo in the winter? What a difficult thing that is. And it's such a mitzvah for us to help them. Pickleball returns with open play this Monday from 6:30 to 8:30 for Shir Shalom members and their friends. See you on the courts. This Thursday night, we have Buffalo Corner Reading Series at 7 o'clock. That's in person and also via Zoom, Boxcast, Facebook, and YouTube. Also on Thursday, we will have a group called Taking It Day by Day from 7 o'clock p.m. to 8:30 p.m., which is not day to day, but that's okay. From 7 o'clock to 8:30 p.m., we will be taking it day by day. And that will be with Rabbi Yonina Foster and Matthew Stewart from Jewish Family Services. They will be facilitating a group to give us the space to process our feelings regarding ongoing world events. Again, very comforting. Please stop by if you would like. We have a special trip coming up in May. Shir Shalom is going to Panama. Rabbi Alex will be leading the trip. Temple members Darcy Kramer and Jim Cornell are offering a discount at their hotel in Panama, a 40% discount. This is an 8-day, 7-night trip. This is in May. The approximate trip cost is $2,500 per person. That includes airfare, so that's pretty good. Tonight is actually the deadline for at least letting the temple know that you're interested in giving a deposit of $500. If you're interested, please see Joanne.
First, you want to say who's going to be on the trip?
Well, I'm going. So that alone is an incentive for you guys to come along. I'll do the announcements from Panama. That'll be a first. So anyway, it really does look like a fascinating trip. And we're still looking for some more people to do it. You may have noticed we're still busy out there with renovations. The Ganenu room is being spruced up now. The next up is the handicap bathroom, and Dr. Ed Fine and Deb Fine are sponsoring that. Thank you so much for doing that. And the doors are coming. January, we hope.
And the bathrooms in the open area.
The bathrooms in the open area are being
They
redone?
started working on that.
Oh, thank God. Oh, man.
Completely taken
Oh.
apart, completely down to the walls.
Great.
and stuff.
Badly needed. Badly. They're not the original 64-year-old bathrooms, but they look it. So it's good to have them being repaired, being renovated. That's great. Other stuff coming up in the service leaflet. We have 2 more Erev Shabbat services before we say so long to 2023. And for some people, it's goodbye and good riddance to 2023. but we look forward to a new year of being with our temple family. As I like to say on the high holidays, a happy new year, a healthy new year, an uneventful new year. So we're going to be wrapping up the year, and we'll have our champagne toast on the last Friday night of the year, as we always do. The temple office, by the way, will be closed between Christmas and New Year's. I believe Joanne is going to a beach somewhere. She's going to be hanging out on a beach and having a good time. Anyway, no, the temple office will be closed that week like it always is. But available by phone if you get a message, get an email in. We're always here for you. And if you do need anything, please feel free to reach out to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, Todd, Joanne, or myself. We are always here for you. The Onig is coming up next. If you would like to sponsor an Onig, please talk to Joanne. And speaking of which, Joanne is coming up here because it's Friday night and it's time for the second drawing of the Chai Club. So if you win, you can thank Joanne. If you don't win, you can blame Joanne.
Here's something. How about if you pick?
No, I can't pick. My tickets are probably not in there because you never put them in there.
Well, actually, Al's the birthday boy. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah, that'd be great. Thank you, everyone who's participating in High Club.
And remember, if you win, your ticket goes back in, so you're eligible for ongoing drawing. And this is gonna be
Don't
going
pick
on right
yourself.
now.
Thank you. The first one, for $18 goes to Cross. I'm guessing that's Tara Cross.
Tara Karch Cross, wonderful. $18. That's a 36 next.
And for 36, Mike Millman.
Mike Millman, $36 winner.
The last one. Bruce Corris.
Bruce, $54.
Alan, you pick every week.
We're gonna
In January, we're going to be starting all our rehearsals for our Purim spiel, our Purim show, which is Barbie this year. So it isn't too late. We haven't even started anything yet. So it's not too late to come join. We have anyone who's seen our Broadway-esque Purim shows.
Broadway quality.
They should be jealous. Who's seen them? Who's seen them in the past? Who has been in them in the past? There you go. That's scary. It's as many people have seen them as been in them. It shows you what kind of grassroots event it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to get to know people in the community, too. Page 625, Adon Olam. Let's sing together a prayer to God, Adon Olam.
Adon Olam, Hashem Malach, B'Telem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Adon Olam, V'Yed Nasa, B'Chefso Kol, Azoy Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Hashem Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'Telem Kol,
B'Terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, V'Yed Nasa,
Yed Nasa,
B'Chefso Kol, Azoy Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, V'Acharei Kiknot Kol, V'Vado Yimlok Nora, Adon Olam, V'Hu Haya, V'Hu Hover, V'Hu Yeh V'Tifara, Adon Olam, Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Hashem Hara,
Asher Malach,
B'Terem Kol,
B'Terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, V'Yed Nasa,
Yed Nasa,
B'Chefso Kol, Azoy Melech Shemo Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'Terem Kol,
Terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, B'Yeit Nasa, B'Chef Sokol, Hazay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, B'Yado, Avkid Ruchi, B'Yeit Tishan V'Yair Adon Olam, B'Yim Ruchi, K'V'Yati, Adon Alim Eloir Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Hashem Malach, B'Terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, B'Yeit Nasa, B'Chef Sokol, Hazay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Please return your siddur, your prayer book, to the front, minus the leaflet, and enjoy our oneg. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.